Straightpoint is entering an exciting phase of its company life. Not only has Straightpoint moved to a brand new office to accommodate its expansion, it also houses the UK's very first 350-tonne calibration and universal test machine of its type. Built to rigorous standards to withstand major testing, calibrated by the National Physical Laboratory and approved as a Class 1 test machine. The new equipment has been developed and built to test the tension and compression of companies' load cell equipment by applying stretch and pull tests up to a massive 350 tonnes of capacity, the largest capacity testing machine known to be housed in the UK. Companies will be able to benefit from Straightpoint's new test machinery in several ways. By protecting staff. Regularly testing equipment helps ensure the health and safety of those using the equipment. Saving money. Regularly testing equipment can prolong the life and accuracy of your equipment, saving the outlay on new pieces of equipment. And accuracy. Product giveaway can be reduced, potentially saving you lots of money. The new equipment has taken 18 months to develop, build and test to Straightpoint UK Limited specifications, and a massive 16 weeks to install due to the size and structure of the equipment. In this short video, you'll see the official unveiling of this new machine, details about the machine itself, and a short interview with the Managing Director.
Good afternoon everyone. For those of you who don't know Straightpoint, we design and manufacture and test a huge range of force equipment, load monitoring and suspended cells, up to 1,000 tonnes in capacity. Since we've moved to our new premises here on the 1st of August, we now, as we can test to 350 tonnes, that's now an increase of at least 300% capacity compared to our old building and the old machines that we had. As you can see, the machine is pretty big. It actually is around 6 metres high and it weighs in at 17 tonnes, which we believe is the only one of its type in Europe. So I'd like to hand you over now to the Deputy Mayor of Havant, and then we'll officially cut the ribbon.
Okay, well let's do it together. Go.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. The machine itself, we have a hydraulic power pack, we have the base, and then we have a fixed frame here where you can see the 4 huge columns that are mounted there, and then we have a secondary frame which slides up and down, and there's a hydraulic cylinder there, and you'll see on the top there are some silver canisters. Those are what we call our reference load cells. So those load cells, we've had the National Physical Laboratory from London down, and they've calibrated those against the master, which they keep in London, so that we know that the load is traceable. So that when we apply a load here, in this instance we're going to be applying a load in tension between these 2 points here, we know that the load is accurate and it's traceable. So that's important for our customers. The first thing they ask when I issue a certificate is, how do you know that your test rig is correct? And we can say, there you go, there's all the evidence. So there's full traceability. Now this one we're going to stretch to 300 tonnes. Because it's a block of metal, you won't actually see a lot, but if you look on the display here, there's a display that tells us the tonnage that's applied at the time. Above here, you'll see there's 2 hardened black plates. We can test in compression across those 2 plates, again to 350 tonnes. Okay, so we're just starting to take the load now. Okay, so now we're at 140 tonnes across those 2 points there. And then just approaching 300. And you can see the machine, we can hold the load, you know, really, really steadily, which is an important part of a machine like this. Okay, so that's the machine. That's what we call the proof test. We now have confirmed that that block of aluminium is strong enough for use. And now the guys here, when they're finishing that, they will then calibrate that with the relevant set of electronics, whether it be a wireless version or a version with an integral display. Get it tested, get it shipped to the customer. We found that for testing our load cells, we had to outsource constantly for testing the larger machines. And it's expensive and very time consuming. And also we had some doubts over the accuracy of the machines that we were using, so we thought it would be better to invest, as we had a new building, we had the room, to invest in the new machine. They need to know for certain that the machine's accurate. If the load cell isn't accurate, for instance, you could have a tower crane, you're picking up a load, the load cell says that it's 20 tonnes and in fact it's 50 tonnes, and the results of that could be catastrophic. It's a difficult question to answer because it depends how much you use the load cell, but our recommendation is 12 months. But we have some load cells that came in for calibration last week that hadn't been used since the year before. We have other load cells that are used 15, 20 times a day. So it is also a decision for companies to have an internal policy for that, but our recommendation is 12 monthly. We first perform a visual inspection on the equipment when it comes back for recalibration to make sure there are no cracks or any flaws in the actual product. And once we're happy that that's okay, we will test the functionality of the load cell to make sure that the LCD display is okay and all the buttons are functioning properly. Then we will put the load cell onto one of the various test machines here, and we then test it to full load and then back to zero, and we will then test through the range at 5 points. So for instance, a 100-tonne load cell, we would test at 100 tonnes and then 0 and then 20, 40, 60, 80, back to 100 tonnes. Yes, we sell in North America, South America, all over Europe, in Asia, Africa, Australia. We have over 25 distributors now.
If you would like to find out more about Straightpoint's products or services, please visit the website or call the number on the screen.